relax, be cool. Cause if you don't, you'll act like a fool, so be cool.
Hey everybody, welcome to Get Busy Watching. I'm your host, Honest Dan. Let's talk movies. A horror movie with Jenna Ortega. How predictable. At this point, it's a new commandment. Thou shalt not covet. Thou shalt not murder. Okay, that's 10. Thanks, God. No, wait, sorry, there's one more. Thou shalt not make a horror movie without Jenna Ortega. Why? Is she that good? I mean, she's all right. Is that really necessary? Any other doubters?
Why are you Hispanic?
God has no established form. Why can't I be Peruvian, you stanphobe? I saw a Pure Flix movie recently. It's the first one in years. I'm in a mood. Anyway, this is my honest opinion of Death of a Unicorn. Ridley Kintner, played by Jenna Ortega, is on an important business trip with her father Elliot, played by Paul Rudd, even though their relationship is strained after her mother passed away. Along the road, they run over a unicorn and do their best to hide it from his boss Odell, played by Richard E. Grant. But the unicorn doesn't fully die, and the secret gets out. Realizing that the unicorn's horn has healing properties, Odell and his family scheme how to best utilize its magical properties, even though Ridley thinks this isn't gonna end well. Which it doesn't, because it turns out that the unicorn is a baby, and its parents come to the mansion for vengeance and cause a massacre.
It's a fucking unicorn.
I don't think I should be in swim shorts for this moment.
Yeah, okay. This was fun. Oh, make no mistake, it's not gonna go down as the year's must-see horror comedy. Personally, I thought Hard Eyes was better. But for what this was trying to be, it gets the job done. The easiest thing to compliment is the acting. Ortega and Rudd are easily some of the most likable and reliable talents in Hollywood today, and this is no exception. It's not exactly new to see a pair of characters struggling with a death in the family. The dad is a workaholic, the kid is a moody little shit. We've all seen that before. The filthy rich Leopold family, they're your prototypical rich family looking for ways to become more rich. But what makes them work is the talents of Grant, the immortally gorgeous Téa Leoni, and Will Poulter, who absolutely ham it up. They're all charming and so lovably devious. I think Leoni gets a little lost in the shuffle as Grant has just a bit more charisma, being a man who looked like he was on death's door, but then ground up unicorn horn saved his life and took away his illness, giving him boundless energy. And Poulter is a hyper-enthusiastic dude who is probably more of a loser than his smug attitude would lead someone to believe, but also probably giving the most laughs. Leoni just feels like an enabler for the family. Still, no matter who's on screen, there's never a boring moment. Even the family butler Griff, played by Anthony Carrigan, has some decent moments as the situational punching bag. The Leopolds trying to force him to be bait for the unicorns, trying to convince him that they've never asked him for anything before, which is so hilariously dumb as being asked for shit is literally his job. And he starts mouthing off at him. I really enjoyed him too. Also, shout out to seeing Sunita Mani. Don't think I don't remember you from Good Place and Glow. Good to see you, girl. You're as fun as always. But of course, it's time to talk about the unicorns. I feel like this is gonna be what makes or breaks this movie for a lot of people, as the CGI isn't all that great for them. Trust me, it's not the worst that cinema has created. Thank you, Snow White, for setting a new low for what CG can do for artistry. But what's refreshing is that there is a bit of a mix between the CG and puppetry. That's always welcomed, even if the transition between the two isn't exactly seamless. But if all you wanted was creative and violent deaths, oh, hell yeah, you get them. Lots of impalings, naturally. But what utterly captivated me was how vicious they made the unicorns. Like, they have sharp carnivorous teeth. So the horn isn't the only way they kill people. They bite them and carry them off. They get devoured and their insides eaten out of them while they're still alive. And there's one death that felt especially brutal, as someone has a chance for a mercy kill. And I guess not really, but kind of. But decides not to do it and lets this person suffer a very gory, very agonizing death. Some get killed off screen, which I find a little lame, but it is what it is. The only thing I didn't quite connect with was how Ridley became a cliched character that I didn't like. You know, in horror movies, you have that one character in the story that tries to reason with all the unreasonable buffoons in the room? Yeah, that's Ridley. She tries to convince this greedy, rich white family that doing what they're doing with the baby unicorn is only gonna spell disaster for them, and expects them to listen. I know a lot of it is more for the audience than it is for the characters, but I think this needed to be cut and traded for something else. Like, maybe Ridley schemes sooner to give the parents back their dead baby. That does happen, but way later. And definitely the stuff I didn't like was the blatant aliens references. There's a scene where Odell and Elliot venture out into the forest to hunt one of the unicorns, and he has a tracking device that very obviously sounds like the alien's movement tracker. By this point, I'm like, wow, we couldn't even bother to try to come up with a different sound? Just a random ass aliens reference for no reason in this unicorn movie. All right, sure. The movie felt pretty derivative to begin with. You know that section of Lost World Jurassic Park when the T-Rex parents come looking for their baby? That's this whole movie. I had no complaints about that one, frankly. It's a great premise that I think anyone can get behind. I mean, parents seeking vengeance for the death of their baby. It doesn't matter if you're human or animal, you can kind of see where they're coming from. It's just when it's so on the nose that I got taken out of it. Not a whole lot to say about this one. If it looks like a dumb, campy B-movie creature feature, that's because it is. It knows exactly what it is, and it's not trying to be anything else. So that's either what's gonna sell you it, or what's gonna turn you away. And if it turns you away, well, I guess you just don't like fun. I'm kidding. But no, I do recommend it. I liked it for what it was, so take it for what you will. My honest rating for Death of a Unicorn, a 4 out of 5.
An opportunity for greatness, for immortality. I've never been so alive.
Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Hit that like or dislike button. All engagement is welcomed. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. And as always, have a great day, stay safe and healthy out there, and hope to see you soon.
Relax. Be cool. Face facts. You don't take time to sleep, eat, or drink. But just remember that it's later than you think. So be cool, just relax. So be cool.